morning everyone, welcome back to another video. So this weekend I'm out at the Grampians National Park. There is so much to see and explore out here, so I'm going to be particularly hitting up the Hollow Mountain hike, which is like a really cool rock scramble, awesome view at the top, and then I'm going to be checking out a few waterfalls as well. I feel like in October in Victoria it's probably not the best weather, it tends to be quite wet, so I think that, you know, little things like national parks and waterfalls are usually the best things to do on these days. You don't want to be at the beach when it's raining, so we'll check out all the spots around here and I'll obviously take you guys along with me. So let's get into this first hike, and then I'll also be camping in this area. Don't know where I'm camping yet, so there is a heap of free camps around this area, so I'm gonna try it out. Hopefully I can find something. I'm such an organized person, so for me to not have something booked in kind of makes me a little bit anxious, but we'll be fine. Let's get into this hike and then we'll obviously track back from there. So starting off with the Hollow Mountain hike, I started off at the Mount Hollow car park, which is really easy to access. Now this hike is on average about 2.4 kilometers round trip. So it took me about an hour and a half, but this also did include some time at the top resting as well as exploring the caves on the way back down, which I will show you guys at the end. And then keep in mind that this hike is primarily a bit more of a rock scramble. So there is a little bit of a moderate fitness level required, but honestly take your time, allow up to 1 to 2 hours and don't rush it, just enjoy the view as you go. But the track is honestly so easy to follow. You will see that there are heaps of little tags on the rocks which kind of like point you in the direction of which way to go, and then of course the hidden caves at the top are definitely the highlight. It is about 100 meters from the top, so super easy to miss. I actually had to backtrack to go and find them, but I'll be sure to show you guys at the end here. Now this is the spot where you want to pay extra special attention up there on the right hand side. That is where the cave is located, so you do access it from the other way around, but it's so easy to miss. Now, as far as caves are concerned within Hollow Mountain, I do believe there are a couple of them. Some of them potentially require a little bit more skill level to get to. This one here is right off of the main path, so if you've gotten this far, you'll absolutely be able to make it through this cave. It is essentially just off to the left-hand side, about 100 meters from the top, so you really can't miss it if you are paying attention, and you literally just crouch down, walk right through to the end, and there is this really cool view where you can just sit down, relax, have your morning tea, whatever you like. And if you are game enough to try any of the other caves in the area, just make sure you do your research before you head to them. So just arrived at the car park for Beehive Falls. I'm going to head in that way now. It's a pretty short hike, like 1.4 kilometers each way, so we should be able to get this one done pretty quickly, and then we can go find our camp and set up for the night. Let's get into it. so finding a camp spot was actually way easier than I expected. So I've come here to Plantation Campground and I got a spot straight away. There is plenty of space. I think there's even toilets here and potentially cold showers, but I'm going to get set up and then hopefully get a fire going. Now, first on my list for today is Mackenzie Falls. Now, this is about a 2-kilometer round trip, but there are around 260 steps, so obviously prepare yourself for a little bit of a workout on the way back up. Now, this is a waterfall that actually runs all year round, so it's one of those really cool spots that it doesn't matter what time you visit it, you know you're going to get the best view. But as tempting as it is, you actually cannot swim here. Not that I was planning on doing that today because it is freezing. So behind me you can see Mackenzie Falls, which is absolutely stunning. It is actually a really popular spot, so there's actually quite a few people at the bottom, but I'm going to head back up now. I'm going to go check out a couple of little lookouts and then see where we can go from there. Lucked out yesterday with the rain because it did hold off, whereas today not the case. So the last few spots that I wanted to go and check out here in the Grampians was the balconies and then the pinnacles, both of which are, I would say, more like lookout based, and because it's raining and there is a bit of cloud cover, I don't know if it's going to be any like visibility at all, so I might head that way. I'll just keep an eye on the weather and we'll just see how we go. Like if I end up hiking out there and all I can see is white cloud, that's fine. Now the walk to the balconies was definitely on the easier side. We're talking 1 kilometer in and 1 kilometer out, nice and flat the whole way. This would be one of those really good hikes that you could do for sunrise or sunset, just because it is easy to get in and out of, even if it was dark. As you can see, I got through perfectly fine in the rain, but really cool view at the end, and honestly, it would be so stunning on such a clear day. Big call to say that I just found the best view in the house, but I mean, like, look at this. Like, this does not get better. So with this being said, I am going to bail on doing the pinnacle just because it is about a 5 to 7 kilometer hike, and if this is the view at the end, it's not exactly worth it, if I'm being honest. So I'm going to bypass that one, but I do highly recommend, if you are ever in the Grampians, please go and do that hike, at least for me. And yeah, I'm going to wrap up now. So it might be a bit of a shorter video this week once I put it all together, but next weekend I will be checking out the Mornington Peninsula, I believe it's called, so that should be a good one. Fingers crossed the weather is looking okay for it, because yeah, I think that would definitely be ideal. But yes, thank you for following along again, and I will see you guys next week.